Welcome back everyone to another Rise of Shadows card review. We're going to be taking a look at the Warrior cards today. Once again, just doing a quick overview of all of these cards, and if you are interested in seeing any of the other classes, feel free to check out the channel. You can find everything there. Let's start it up with Vicious Scraphound, a 2-mana 2/2 mech. Whenever this minion deals damage, gain that much armor. So interesting applications here with cards like Cruel Taskmaster and Rampage that you can start smashing and gaining a bunch of armor. I don't know if that's really any good. Do you really want to be gaining a bunch of armor when you're trying to be aggressive? Not too sure. I think Ethereum Rover kind of does a lot of what this card wants to do. Is a mech, so you can magnetize onto it. You know, you can chuck a Zilliax on this thing and smash and gain 5 life and 5 armor. It's pretty cool. Yeah, who knows? This card might see some play, but like a lot of the 2-mana 2/2s that we've seen, it really does depend on how many 2-mana 2/3s there are in the format, and how good that body is. But still pretty interesting. I love this design as well. This like big cavernous maw. You know I'm about cavernous maws. All right, next we have Sweeping Strikes. 2-mana spell. Give a minion. Also damages minions next to whomever this attacks. This is really cool because they've actually kind of been very sparing with this style effect. We've seen like Magnetor Alpha and the Cave Hydra. And I think one of the Rumble rewards cards. They're very sparing with this type of effect because, you know, if you do combine it with, you know, Poisonous or Lifesteal or that type of stuff, or gaining armor, it can be pretty powerful, pretty potent. So it'll be interesting to see if this actually sees any play in Warrior. I also wonder what happens if you give a Magnetor Alpha this ability. Does it do it twice? We'll see. Next, we have the Warrior Legendary is the Boom Reaver. You know how I love mechs, and this is a huge mech lad. 10 mana, 7/9, goofy stats. Battlecry, summon a copy of a minion in your deck, give it Rush. So this doesn't recruit the minion out, which is quite good because, you know, if you follow it up with further of this style effects, one of the problems with the recruit mechanic is once you recruited all the minions out of your deck, unless you had like a Dead Man's Hand to shuffle more back in, you eventually ran out of steam. Boom Reaver, don't care about that. So, obviously very good with other huge minions, other gigantic boys, of which there are quite a few warrior ones. There's also quite a lot of neutral ones that this could be quite good with. Don't get any battle cries or anything, so quite good with death rattles as well. Have a good night, Lev Stokowski. Thanks for dropping by and checking out some reviews. But yeah, this is really cool, and obviously this is a mech as well, so we can combine it with other mech style effects. Next, we have Dimensional Ripper. Summon 2 copies of a minion in your deck. So just like we were talking about with Boom Reaver, it's a copy. I imagine you would probably have Boom Reaver in the deck as well. So you could potentially get 2 Boom Reavers, so 2 7/9s for 10 mana. Kind of interesting. Boom Reaver being a mech as well means you're pretty likely to see it with Omega Assembly, which is something to note. But yeah, Dimensional Ripper is still pretty interesting. Once again, I feel like we keep saying this, but Malagos, these style of combo effects, you know, Dimensional Ripper could be perfect at setting that kind of stuff up. Very cool. Next, we have Wrench Caliber. This is the first of the kind of bomb style synergy cards. It's a 4-mana 3/2 weapon, which is still quite reasonable. After your hero attacks, shuffle a bomb into your opponent's deck. This is one of the Sephorium bombs, so it deals 5 damage when you draw it. Obviously, with 2 hits, you're going to shuffle 2 bombs into your deck, so it's 10 damage plus the 6. Essentially 16 damage from 1 card, which is a pretty good rate. Also, if you combine this with Upgrade, if you combine it with any of the other cards that give plus durability, you can get even more bombs into your opponent's deck. And there is a bit of an upside to that, other than that they deal damage. You can play cards like Blastmaster Boom, 7 mana 7/7, because of course it is. Battlecry, summon 2 1/1 boom bots for each bomb in your opponent's deck. So if we've got 1 bomb in our opponent's deck, then we're essentially getting ye old Dr. Boom. But if we've hit our opponent twice with Wrench Caliber, if we've maybe played a Sephorium Bomber or something like that, then it's going to fill your board with bombs, which might deal some more incidental damage to your opponent. And also, if you've got bombs ticking over, it might actually just deal enough damage to your opponent to kill them. So I like this kind of build around me little effect. I hope it works, because if it doesn't, a lot of these bomb cards are going to be forgotten about. Speaking of forgotten about, let's talk about Dr. Boom's Scheme. This is a much maligned card. A 4 mana spell, gain 1 armor, upgrades each turn. I'm not sure if it's been confirmed. I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed that it only upgrades by 1 armor each turn, which makes this not great. I mean, yes, you can hold this in your hand for 30 turns, and if it goes to fatigue, then you can gain 30 armor, and that's fantastic. But you've also had a brick in your entire hand for that entire time, which is not too great. You have to have it in your hand for 10 turns, or more than 10 turns, for it to be as good as a Greater Healing Potion or an effect like that. Yeah, I mean, if this card upgraded by 2 armor each turn, I think it would be a bit more reasonable. Or is just costed completely differently. But I guess the one thing that I will say is I hope that I'm wrong. And I hope that Blizzard have really, made this cost how much it costs, made it upgrade as much as it upgrades, or made it start at 1 armor for a good reason. I hope I'm wrong. Otherwise, it's trash. Next, we have Clockwork Goblin. 3 mana, 3/3 mech. Battlecry, shuffle a bomb into your opponent's deck. Fantastic. I think of all of the bomb cards, this is probably the most reasonable one. Even in an aggressive style warrior deck, this is just a reasonably sized minion that is hopefully going to give you a bit of reach in the later parts of the game, once you maybe lose the board or lose a bit of momentum. I hope that hope that they draw the bomb and it kills them. It's pretty straightforward. So I think, if there's going to be an aggressive warrior deck, if there's going to be a mech warrior deck, I think Clockwork Goblin could actually be pretty tasty, unless it's a very controlling deck that's going to rely more on Omega Assemblies and Dr. Boom, the hero to kill your opponent. Next, Omega Devastator, with the original artwork for the other Omega card. Which is very weird. I totally forgot that they swapped that one around. Well, it's a 4 mana 4/5 mech, so already Shieldwind Yeti stats. We love it. Battlecry, if you have 10 mana crystals, deal 10 damage to a minion. This is a tasty morsel. This is tremendous. We already see cards like Crowd Roaster and Blaze Caller, very similar style effects. Amazing. Immediate impact on board. Nice body left over. And Omega Devastator deals more damage and costs a reasonable amount as well. It's a mech, so we can pick this up off Omega Assembly. We can pick this up off the Dr. Boom hero power. Amazing. I love this. I think that between this card and Dynamatic, Warrior just has a bunch of great mid-range control tools, bunch of great late-game control tools. I'm really looking towards Control Warrior to be one of the better controlling decks in the archetype. Next, Improve Morale, with someone getting tasered. Big pig lads getting tasered. 1 mana, deal 1 damage to a minion. If it survives, add a lackey to your hand. So we have the applications where we can use this to turn on our own Enrage minions. Also turns on Rampage. We get a lackey, so I think that application might be the one we use it for. We damage things, so it turns on our Smolderthorn Lancers and our Executes. It might be a bit too cute. It's a bit low impact as well. I think if yeah, if we do see some good enraged decks or some good aggressive warrior decks, maybe improved morale is the way to go. I mean, we were talking before about the vicious scrap hound and, you know, rampaging it up and things like that. Yeah, maybe improved morale is going to be a nice enabler for all of those. Anyway, that's all the warrior cards. Thanks for checking all these cards out. We'll be back with all the neutral cards next time. So please go check that out. Bye-bye.